Hello, hello, how are you doing? Comment ça va? Mumeze mute? So today we have an amazing guest. Guess who? Miss Uganda 2025. She's here to talk everything about what brings her to Rwanda and her personal life. Miss Uganda 2025. How are you
Yes,
doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to Rwanda and welcome to Igihe Studios.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
How is your experience around?
The experience has been amazing. Rwandans are very beautiful people, they're very respectable, and they have so much love for their country. Yeah, so I'm excited to be here and to learn more about Rwandan.
Amazing. So before we even go further with this discussion, I would want you to introduce yourself to our community.
Hi, everyone. My name Mwaramte. My name is Trivia Elle Muhoza. I am the reigning Miss Uganda. I am an advocate for the eradication of gender-based violence. I'm 23 years old and an entrepreneur.
So you have basically talked about you on stage and what you do.
Yes.
So beyond that, what else are you engaged in, as a person?
Well, I do so many things, but in the business sector, I deal in skin, cosmetics, lip care, and that is L Lip Care. And then I have my Fairfield Foundation that was founded by my sisters and I, which is a foundation that is basically about women empowerment, and most especially those that are going through gender-based violence, because we believe we can create awareness about it so the new generation does not have a bigger numbers of people going through that. So that's what I do usually, and I'm under the Miss Uganda Foundation. We do so many projects in schools, in communities, and yeah.
Amazing. And your name, Muhoza,
Yes.
sounds Rwandan.
Yes.
I hope I'm not mistaken. So do you have any Rwandan roots?
Yes, I do have Rwandan roots. I am Ugandan, born and raised, but I have heritage from Rwanda, which is my mother's side. I have so many family here. That's why I usually visit Rwanda. But yeah.
So this is not your first time?
No, it's not my first time in Rwanda.
But what brings you home this time around?
This time around, I just wanted to learn more about the culture and to embrace this side of me. And Rwanda has a lot of, it's like one big family, I have noticed, and they have so much love for each other, so much love for their country, a lot of patriotism that is in Rwanda. And while in Uganda, it's more diverse. So I believe that coming here and just learning about the culture and the things that they treasure most is something that I'm doing this time around.
And having been here so many times, what impresses you about this country? What do you love most about this country?
The patriotism, that I would say. They have so much love. I don't know how to even explain it. Like, you can see how much they love their country, how much they love each other. It's like they have one father and everyone else is like one big family. That is what I love most about Rwanda. And their culture, of course.
Yeah. And during your latest visit, you told me you had an opportunity to be at Doja Cat's concert. Everybody's talking about that concert if you walk around the streets here. Talk about the concert. What did you see there, and
Well,
what stood out for you?
For the concert, it was like a last minute thing. I did not plan to come for the concert. I just abruptly decided to go for it. But I would say there were so many people. There were Nigerians, Ugandans, Rwandans as well. But what I loved most, I think, about the concert, in Uganda, after a concert, people don't close. They usually like go out and like they stay out till morning. And in Rwanda, everyone is like, I have work tomorrow. I need to go home. And that is so new to me because in Uganda it's totally different. So that's the thing that I saw at Doja Cat.
And everybody has to go home at 2 a.m.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think it's very good. You keep your life in line, and that is something that us Ugandans need, but I don't think it will ever happen.
So how do you see such concerts, shaping the showbiz in the region and in Africa? Because it's quite a thing.
Rwanda has created a very big name for itself. It's now one of the biggest countries known across the world, and they have created an opportunity for foreigners to come and visit. And the reason why every time they have these concerts, they have more people to come and see Rwanda, to visit Rwanda. And that is something that is very good for the country.
Amazing. That is really inspiring for
Yes.
anybody who is hearing this. And now back to Miss Muhoza.
Yes.
What inspired you to get into the pageantry scene? How did it start? Walk us through that journey.
For me, it was, I think, the issues that we have in Uganda, and that is gender-based violence, as I was saying. Something close to my heart because I have seen my own mother go through that sort of thing, and the trauma that we carried as her children. And there's so many children out there that go through the same exact thing, who are raped by their fathers, who are beaten by their fathers. But these things are not only in Uganda, they're across the world. And 1 out of 3 women across the world go through gender-based violence. And it's something that we should talk about and speak about and create awareness about. Because if we do not create awareness about it now, how about our future children, the future generation? So that is why that is close to my heart, and it's something that I want to speak about every time.
Now, talk about that night when you heard your name being called on stage.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
I was so excited, but the biggest part about it, I was so tired. My shoes were very high. So the whole time I was just like, can we just get done with this and I go and sleep? But I was really, really excited. It was unreal that I was given that opportunity to carry Uganda as my title and on the Miss World stage, and that I'm going to actually do that in July at the Miss World stage. So it's a very good opportunity for me, and it was a very unreal experience.
Did it occur to you at one time that you would stand on such a stage and your name being read out as you are the one being crowned as Miss Uganda 2025?
It never occurred to me. And every time I say it never occurred to me, people always think that I'm lying. But I was a very shy girl. I was very reserved. I used not to speak. I used to always be the one hiding behind people and letting people speak. And also I'm a last born of my family. So I used to always want people to do things for me, or like raised that way, I would say. But it has given me an opportunity to speak out about things that are close to my heart: women empowerment, period poverty, and all these things that go on in the world. And it has made me super confident and someone that can have an actual conversation. I go to conferences. Every single time, I'm just amazed by how much this journey has changed me.
Now, since winning Miss Uganda 2025 a few months ago, what has changed in your life?
Everything has changed. Socially, financially, and every side, I would say. But most especially, my confidence, as I said, totally changed. The way I carry myself changed. The things that I go to changed. The way, as I said, I'm the last born of my family. So usually I'm not listened to at home. But nowadays, ever since carrying the crown, they respect me. They respect what I have to say. They take me as someone who is actually speaking sense. So it's something that has changed me in every way possible.
Yeah. And I know beauty queens, once you win such a big, crown, there are various projects you undertake. So for you, what are you up to?
So my biggest project is women empowerment, and what I see in the near future is create a center of women, not only in Uganda, but across East Africa, Africa, and the world, where we can have conversations about the problems that women face most, that we can speak about freely and have a voice and a platform where these conferences are actually taken seriously. And that is one of the projects that I'm doing. But I'm also doing period poverty project that is helping people in rural areas to have pads taken to them. And that is something that is also a problem in Uganda, where people don't have enough pads, mostly in rural areas. And also water projects. We're doing so many things that if you told me, there are so many. But the biggest thing we're also doing is going to schools and speaking to the young children and, launching the clubs of respecting those schools. And that is what we're doing today.
Yeah, and that is Uganda.
Yeah.
And, you told me you have also family here. Are you also looking to, replicate such programs here to support the girls around here?
100%. I think that's the biggest reason why I came here. I want to see how I can bring Uganda to Rwanda and Rwanda to Uganda, where we can also be a family. And Rwanda has already that 50-50 in the parliament and 50-50 usually everywhere, and that is giving women power as well. So if we can carry that to Uganda and carry some of the things that we have in Uganda and to here, we can create a better place for all of us.
Indeed, indeed. And now back to also pageantry. Who do you look up to in the pageantry scene, globally in Uganda and even back here in Rwanda?
All the queens have done really well, but in Uganda, I would say Queen Abenacho, because she was the first Ugandan to win Miss World Africa. That was a very good thing for the Ugandan industry. In Rwanda, I would say two, that is Umutetsi and Naomi. They have done very good for themselves, and I've also read the book that Naomi wrote, and it's so relatable. And across the world, there's so many queens that I would mention, but all the queens have done amazing, really. But I respect the African queens so much because it's very hard for an African to stand on a global stage and actually be recognized.
Yeah, I see. And also talking about, beauty industry, some people tend to think that, people who get into this, they're just focused on that. So for you, I was reading something about you, and I saw you are also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Could you tell us what sort of business do you do? And, you can inspire young girls also to take such a path.
I have so many businesses, but the one that I started, I think, after my Form 6 was the lip care business. It was about selling clothes, and I believe it's also kind of about empowering children who just love to look good, and also skincare products. I deal in skincare and cosmetics, and it's something that I'm broadening that I also would love to bring to you to Rwanda as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah. And, we also live in a world where some people don't view the pageantry industry as, as you see it yourself.
Yeah.
There are very people who, have very mean thoughts about
Yes.
the industry. What would you say about that?
I think in Rwanda, it might be different from Uganda because in Uganda before, they would not take it seriously. But now, since we have Miss World, you go on a global stage and just raise Uganda's flag to the highest. It has created opportunities for girls, very many girls, to get confidence in themselves, to build themselves. I believe that when you join pageantry, your whole life experience changes, the way you think changes. And the slogan that we have in Uganda is that you have to, it's beauty beyond looks. It's the beauty that you have within. It's the beauty that you have when people come across you. When you meet people, what do you portray and how do you make people feel in your community? So in Uganda, that's what it's about. And this is why we're creating awareness about it, for people to learn more about what beauty pageant means rather than the surface level of it.
Yeah, because actually many people just talk about the beauty.
Yeah.
They don't see, other things that, beauty queens are doing or engaged in. They think about, when some people think about pageantry, they think about socialites.
Yeah. So for the thing about pageantry is that when we were competing for the Miss Uganda, the national pageant, I was not the most beautiful girl. I was not. There were so many beautiful girls. If you see the first one up and second one up, they are gorgeous. So it's not about how you look or anything like that. It's just about what you carry close to your heart and how you make people feel.
Yeah, I see. And actually, you are so beautiful. I'm
Thank
actually
you.
blushing myself and the team here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. And we talked about the Rwanda pageantry industry. I guess you have also, been following up on what is happening in the entertainment industry here.
Yes.
Who are some of your favorite Rwandan artists?
The Ben, Mike Kaihura, KFK, Chivumbi. I think those are my favorite.
Any song that stands out for you?
There's so many, but I would say the recent one that I've been listening to is, I don't know that song of KFK. I've forgotten the name. The one that is talking about.
Sometimes,
Yes, that one.
okay.
Yeah.
As we come to the end of this interview, what message do you have for young girls who are looking up to people like you?
The biggest thing I would say is to first of all put God at the center of everything that you do. when you put God in the center and let him guide you to the path that you want to take, you'd automatically win anything and win any battle. And secondly, to be confident, to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe in you. And that's the biggest message I would have for any young girl out there.
And back to you, what are your future plans after achieving all this? Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
I see myself building a conference for women empowerment, the Center of Women Empowerment. I see myself being a great ambassador of Uganda. And I see myself being the Miss World as well, since I have that competition coming up.
You also mentioned that you want to participate. You have ambitions for Miss World.
Yes.
What inspires that, and what are you doing to get there?
For
And you
us,
could also tell us about, more about Miss
Miss
World,
World.
the title.
In Uganda, we have a license for every girl who wins Miss Uganda to go for Miss World. It's automatic. But that platform gives you so much opportunity for yourself to grow as a person, but also to create a change in your country and globally. So it's a competition that is not about how you look, it's about your project and what you're doing in your country. And when you get that, when you get the Miss World title, you can advocate for what is close to your heart. And for me, it's the eradication of gender-based violence. So it's something that I'm very excited for, and I am preparing very much. You prepare in ways of mentally prepare, physically prepare, and just to make yourself understand the type of competition that you're going for, because that competition is different from the national competition. It's a competition about 136 countries across the world, women that are very beautiful, blonde hair, blue eyes, and for you, you're just from Uganda. They don't even know the country like that. And also for the past 2 years, Uganda has been doing really well in those competitions. So I'm just excited to go for the competition. But it might be in July and it might be in Thailand, but they haven't yet confirmed the exact dates.
Great, all the best in that. And like I said, you are so beautiful, and everyone here is blushing. Are you seeing someone?
No, I'm not. Yes.
So any Rwandan man here, check her out. Sawa. So I wish you the very best
Thank
in
you
your
very
journey,
much. Thank
and
you very
it was
much.
nice talking to you.
Nice meeting you as well.
All right. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you found this conversation insightful. Until next time, it's goodbye for now. I was your host, Wycliffe Nyamasege.